Oh, I gotta drop some wisdom on you, baby. You already know that. Hey, a lot of people don't understand. I don't. I stopped listening to rap when I was about 22, probably like in the year 2013, and I just reverted back to what I knew best. Jazz, soul, and just the old school R&B. You know what I mean? When I'm coming down the street with the set wanging, I come like this. I'm coming through playing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing rap. I got the subwoofers blowing a different kind of music. You know what I mean? A different kind of vibe. He said, mistakes. I know I've made a few. I'm only human. You made mistakes too. Get 'em smoking. Human. Get 'em smoke. I made a few mistakes, baby. But only you made mistakes too. You know you made mistakes too, baby. Get 'em smoke. I'm crying, baby. Ooh, player made. Hey, I'm coming through playing Isley Brothers and all of that type of stuff, man. You know what I mean? But what I want to speak on, man, is the Gangster Chronicles Podcast, man. And I know in my past, I was at odds with them. I engaged in the nonsense that was going on with Mob James and his paperwork. But I was new to YouTube. And I was new to the whole content game. And I was unconsciously providing content without, thinking about the repercussions of it. Because at the end of the day, I don't know certain brothers but for the internet. And there's a certain way that you can discuss things with decorum. And I don't ever want to be the reason why another brother can't eat. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how it feels to not be able to eat, and it's not a cool feeling. You know what I mean? And the Gangster Chronicles right now is undergoing spiritual warfare right now. They got big platforms like No Jumper, Vlad, basically going at them. I think Vlad has a personal issue with them because, Vlad is a millionaire. He's rich. He feels like he made Mob James, and he feels like he's the reason why Gangster Chronicles popped off because he feels like his player got drafted into that team, and he got a little bit of a personal animosity against the guys over there and stuff like that. He clowns them, and that's not cool because at the end of the day, you got a massive following. You got like 5 million subscribers. These guys are getting 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 views a video. They're trying to make it happen from the mud, and you're already established. You're already a millionaire, and you're trying to prevent these brothers from eating. So you're waging a political campaign against these brothers, and you're trying to prevent them from eating. This is something that they invested money in, something that they're trying to pop off. And I'm a big fan of MC8. I never really was into West Coast music like that because I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Virginia, you know what I mean? But I got those DJ Scoot tapes that had MC8 on them. That's how I got into it. That's how I got into West Coast music, period, from DJ Scoot tapes, because he would stay putting that West Coast funk on there, slowing it down, you know what I mean? In the 90s, you know what I mean? But, yeah, man, it's kind of like the media, like CNN, MSNBC. When you got the power of the people's ear, you can come up with any kind of narrative, you know what I'm saying? The news can put you out there as a conspiracy theorist and make up statements that you didn't say, and the people will believe it because they got a huge platform. So you got to understand, just because somebody has a huge platform doesn't mean they're right. You know what I mean? Success doesn't equate to values, principles, and being trustworthy. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of times these people who are successful have been put there by the powers that be. They've got certain ethnic groups have relationships with certain people in high places. Certain family members have relationships with people in high places. Your last name can get you accepted into an Ivy League school before your grades can. So it goes like that when you're dealing with politics and money. You know what I'm saying? Families, who you are, ethnic wise, all that stuff goes into account. You know what I mean? It's not always the most truthful people rise to the top. Usually, the most cutthroat people rise to the top. and people revise history. The victor writes the history. So a lot of times you're dealing with a lot of corrupt people that done wiggled their way to the top, and they pushed out every good trustworthy person, and they done rewrote the history book and made it like these guys were untrustworthy the whole time. They, the whole time they were the untrustworthy ones. They just got a bigger voice. So you got to be careful. And if you do have a big voice, you have to make sure that you aren't using it for destruction. You got to make sure that you're using it to uplift people and things of that nature. If you're using your big voice to control the narrative, and because people don't have critical thinking skills anymore, and people, they listen to the biggest voice, and if you got a big voice for some reason that prevents people from doing critical thinking, that's evil. You know what I mean? That's evil. And one thing about it, karma always comes back. It's 360. You know what I mean? Things come back around like a boomerang. You get what you put out. So, yeah, it might not happen to a month from now, a year from now, whatever. But a lot of empires have failed because they overstretched their military, got into too many conflicts, got into too many wars, got into it with too many people. Every major empire in human history failed, from the Roman Empire to the Egyptian Empire, simply because they overextended their military. So when you get to the top of the pyramid and you start feeling like you can just fight and muscle your way through everything, that's when you fall. You know what I mean? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. So that's how I go, baby. Peace.